Welcome back, I'm Inigo, this is Scrambled Kegs, and welcome to the first ever not Let's Play of the channel, the not deer equivalent of the Let's Play format, where, much like the not deer of Appalachia, although it looks like a deer, it probably isn't and you should run away. Except this one, hope you'll stick around because, much like a Let's Play, I'll be playing the game and saying a bunch of stuff, so yeah, doing all of it live, or at least it's chopped down in this one, but it's mostly commentary first and Let's Play second. In this part, we are going to be playing Insurmountable while I reflect on the 1-year anniversary of the channel, where the main theme of the year was coincidentally also the insurmountable feat of trying to climb the YouTube algorithm. So, there's a bit of theming on these games. Let's just, honestly, just get right into this thing. You know what? Yeah, let's do beginners, because I am going to be talking about with this. I did play this about 30-40 minutes. It's light enough for me to be able to talk about stuff while still, playing the game, so it just fits. So yeah, I guess that's the peak that I'm trying to get to, and all of this is where I'm starting. Yeah, it's really appropriate for the channel. Okay, cast your gaze into the enormous mountain landscape. You've traveled across the globe, blah 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 blah. Okay, and then here you stumbled across abandoned property, lost places. Basically just, yeah, this is, if you don't know how this game is played, it's basically a turn-based roguelike, so totally random, just, yeah, you move one hexagon plate thing, there are points of interest, and every movement costs time, and you burn through these meters. Anyway, so yeah, it's been a year on the channel. I think this is a good first... No, I think we're gonna... Where is the best way? Yeah, I think let's just start here. So it's basically been a year since I've started on YouTube, at least for this channel. Okay, unexpected meeting. Guess... Alright, fur gloves. Okay. Just, get this stuff. So yeah, it's, like I said, it's been my first year on YouTube. Like, my first year running this kind of thing. And I did have channels before where one of them even, I think, reached about 250 or 350k. But like, this is the first time I've done a channel like this and ran a channel, this kind of channel fairly consistently, like throughout the year. Like, I know I have had some dips and missed a few of my own deadlines, but hey, that's just work, and that's something all YouTubers, at least when they're starting, try to balance out. And in this first year, I was basically just throwing spaghetti in the wall to see what works and what doesn't. So it started with the Let's Plays with Far Lone Sales, like the first game. I really enjoyed that, and I actually got lucky because all the YouTubers are like saying the first few videos they're not gonna get any views, but then immediately I had like 300, 200 views consistently, like the first 5 videos, something like that, and that was weird. And so the more I looked into it, the more I realized, oh yeah, when I released that video, that series, it was on sale on Steam and people were like looking it up. So that gave me the idea of like, hey, why don't I try, these new games, make some reviews or like cover these games at least. So obviously I don't really have much connections or like enough cash to burn through to like buy all the new games. So that's the idea on where the second part of what I did on this channel came through, the demo reviews. So to me, those demo reviews, they kind of fit 2 main categories, at least for me, or 2 main spaces. One, my own insatiable curiosity about just discovering new stuff and finding new games to play, like the novelty of like, yeah, finding something new basically. And the other part is, well, they're free, they're things I can cover, and there's something where I can actually do some good commentary on, the games and like how the games were made, because I've been playing games pretty much all my life. I'm in my 30s. I've never worked in the gaming industry, but, I've played enough games to where, I think of it sort of like a food critic versus like a chef. Like a food critic, I know people hate them, but someone can criticize and review food even if they don't know how to cook it. So that's sort of like how I see games and game reviews. But yeah, in that time I was just basically throwing a bunch of spaghetti in the wall. Started with Let's Plays, demo reviews, and then I dipped into video essays. With the biggest and probably the only one I have, which is the Ready or Not video. So I did that because I was mostly salty that they changed it right about when I was gonna do. I was originally gonna do this sort of like first time playing Ready or Not sort of thing, but then they changed it with like that update, and I got really salty. And then I figured, you know what, I'm gonna try to salvage this into a bunch of content because why the hell not? But basically that was the idea of that, and I really enjoyed doing the deep dive, working on that for like several weeks. I think I still have like at least 100 or I think close to about 100 gigabytes of gameplay footage from just playing all those games, or like all those missions. But it was really fun, sort of like doing a deep dive into one topic, trying to answer one or like several questions. And yeah, but obviously, it takes a bunch of time to do. And topics to cover, there aren't really a lot of interesting ones that I should cover, if that makes any sense. And then recently I tried doing live streams. I'm still, fairly undecided, but I think I'm going to stick around with those because I'm mainly doing it for the Half-Life 3 Hopium Road run. Check out the short in the description for the explanation for that. But right now I'm dipping my toes into like streaming directly because, let's face it, these Let's Plays, they take a bit of time to produce. Like obviously time to record and then time to edit. And that's just something that I'm going to get ahead of myself. But yeah, let's actually like check out this other event. Hunched woman searching among the crag rots for edible plants and berries. She holds out some herbs. Yeah, I mean, she's an old woman, right? She couldn't have lived this far, if she was just like constantly eating poison. Yeah, let's take the herbs. Moon herb. Okay, so yeah, minus health, plus sanity. Alright, where do we go? I think I want to go here. Yeah, I think this is reasonable because I think over here is a chest, but I can't really take everything with me. And here's another sort of like glyph. I think it's going to give me a buff, but that's going to take me it's too much of a detour. This whole thing's like unpassable. And this is where I want to be, so... And this one's a cave, which I think is good, but it's still like 12 noon. And I think that it would be nice to just like get into this cave, because you're going to be burning through tents in this game. To like sleep, because it's night. So as much as possible, I think, from the first run I did, caves are a good place to sleep. And this is better off to check out at night. Yeah, let's just get to this. There's a bunch of stuff here. Basically, you have basic stuff over here, dangerous stuff over in the middle. So rubble, snowdrifts, and glacier. And yeah, basically debuffs, I think. And I think they're gonna have like these markers, warning markers. Okay, shrine. Yeah, I think warmth would be good. Yeah, I think sanity is like good for this one. Alright, let's move on to the... Yeah, I think this is a good spot. Yeah, so I think there's going to be like a few events. Let's see, because there's a cave over here. This is, I think, our first immediate goal. And, it's going to be the next part of our story time, but... Yeah, let's first get this part, this chest over here, then like the headphone thing over here, and then the headphone thing over here. Oh, no, I think there's another cave here, yeah. We're gonna check this out first. No, it's a much bigger, like, much longer detour. Anyways, yeah, just continue. Okay, an airplane, just sticking, crashed airplane. Okay. You grab your gear and bolt. Yeah, I wish you could just sort of like sleep in the plane. But I guess that's not a possibility. And this is like the perfect time to sleep, actually. So we might gonna check out this other thing. Yeah, the chest over here. Assuming we don't die over here, but yeah. Okay, level up. Controlled breathing. Yeah, I think controlled breathing is the thing we need to go for. Okay, yeah, let's check out this cave over here. Feel an icy wind. It seems to be coming from inside the cave. Follow the wind. You definitely search for gaps between the enormous rock formations stuck in behind them. You suddenly hear a grinding noise. You feel a sharp pointed object boring into your shoulder. Turn back, it's just not worth it. Yeah, at least that's not a like a bear or something. Yeah, I think sleep briefly would be good. See, cave, no tent needed. Alright, so why did I decide to do this episode? Well, number one, content. Weekly uploads. Number two, yeah, it's been in a year, and I pretty much still don't know exactly what this channel will be, or like what it's gonna be for. I still don't know exactly what this channel is gonna be for, or at least like what the vision is, you know, supposed to be. But I know enough of what I don't want it to be. So I don't want it to be like just another gaming channel or like a slop channel, which this format is kind of like getting dangerously close into. But at least, like, you know, even with this spaghetti on the wall thing where I've just been trying, or at least, and now I have the like enough of the video editing skills and like the Photoshop and Canvas skills to like have a good enough workflow to where I can do this efficiently, you know, more confidently and more regularly, consistently. It's a lot of Lee words, but yeah, you really need this in like today's YouTube, because you can't just like do a video and then upload it, and then like, especially if you're like balancing a lot of stuff in like your regular life. Like I want this channel to be like my main thing I wake up to. Yeah, right now that's just not a thing just yet. So moving forward, I think this is going to be the big one, and I think it's best we start to actually move forward too. I know it looks night and there's like a beautiful aurora borealis over there, but yeah, let's actually check what's in here. Yeah, see, daytime already. Okay, so there's a parachute. I'm guessing this is from the plane. Yeah, pull the body down. Dead man wearing uniform, military. Okay, you at least have crampons. Yeah. Nice, okay. Yeah, let's eat the canned food. Yeah, we really need to find more food. And another level up. Okay, fast movement. Yeah, time cost. Need to be more efficient on this one. Okay, let's check out this thing over here. While moving through stony terrain, you step on... Okay, you twisted my ankle. Abandoned camp, there's a torn tent. Yeah, search through. Nothing useful. Okay, damn. Oh well. Yeah, let's get up at least over here. And let's see what's going ahead. So I'm not saying goodbye to this channel. But I think 2026 I'm not going to be focusing on just this one channel either. Let me explain. We're going to go down here, and then this other thing. Holy shit, that was nightfall. That was fast. Okay. Trade locals. They need a flask of tea. You choose something from them. You pick. You know what? Canned food. I think we need. Yeah, because heat. I think we're good with the mittens, but we need food. So confirm. There's at least that. Yeah, this is a roguelike elements. Okay, discover a corpse. The skin is gray and cold. Yeah, let's search. Vacuum flask filled with tea. So hot tea. We literally gained another tea, so that was a good trade. Next we go over here. Okay, okay, fast movement again. But also, yeah, I think we need to sleep for this one. Yeah, see, we need 3 uses. You only have 3 uses of the tent. Alright, so where were we? 2026 is when I'm gonna be having like a lot more changes to this channel. Number 1, there's gonna be no more Let's Plays. Let's just face it. I mean, gaming is saturated and Let's Plays are pretty much dead in 2025. I'm gonna do a separate video on Let's Plays, but for a channel that's trying to grow and building an audience, Let's Plays or even streaming to some extent is probably not a good bet. You know, more on Let's Plays. I mean, streaming is what people want to do now, but Let's Plays are just not what people want to watch anymore. Again, I'm going to go deeper on that in a future video, because I do have the numbers which I want to break down. And it's largely due to the fact that YouTube and the people who watch YouTube for the YouTube stuff, they've pretty much changed. So it's no longer a good type of content to do if you want your channel to grow. So that's like probably the biggest and best change I'm going to do to this channel, because Let's Plays, they take a lot of time to do on the back end, and I just don't want to do that anymore. Even though I enjoy doing it, it's just taking up a lot of time for, quite honestly, not a lot of views. And yeah, and even if I did try the thing where I did shorter sort of like episodic based digestible stuff from on Saints of Plague Manor. Yeah, people are just not, it's not even being shown, so there's really no point to doing those things. Going back to this video that Game Theory did before, a few months ago by now, on if Let's Plays are dead, yeah, it's definitely dead, and it's pretty much due to the fact that YouTube itself is killing that kind of content to begin with. But also, times change and people change, so Let's Plays are pretty much as they are pretty much gone as it is on this channel. Change number 2, game demo reviews stay, but I'm split between compilations every now and then, like the Next Fest video I did, which was a bit time consuming, but like individually it was fun to do. Okay, so that's option A. Option B are gonna be full features or like featurettes of like demo reviews. So they're sort of gonna be more in depth, but they're gonna stay away from the format that I used to do, which was I literally do a let's play of like that one session for the first time and try to judge it from like my initial feedback. And yeah, I don't think that we're gonna do that anymore too, because I also don't want this channel to be doing just game demos, because number one, there aren't a lot of them out there, and I don't just that's not a thing that I want to do. So that's change number 2. Before we get to change number 3, yeah, I've been staring at a goat over here, snibbling some herbs. Now, I think I'm gonna approach it in a friendly manner, the chance that maybe, no. I was hoping like we can eat this thing. Anyways, at least there's XP. Go down here. Okay, so there's an item here that might be salvageable. Oxygen bottle. You lack the strength to move it in your direction. I mean, I could keep trying to continue the journey. No, let's just continue the journey. Yeah, I think we're gonna check out this thing over here, and then this other thing over here, because I really need. Oh, and there's a storm. I really need like something for my energy. Please let it be food. Yeah, fucking more herbs. You know what? We need more sanity, and we need food. Okay, and I'm guessing by the time we reach here, we are gonna need that hot tea. So yeah, change number 1, no more Let's Plays. Change number 2, I'm gonna do a few game demo reviews, but that's not gonna be the focus of the channel. They're gonna be more like as they come along. Change number 3 though, shift towards video essays. That's sort of like the main content that I want to do. So Ready or Not video took way too long for me to do. Long time to render, lot of space to do, like storage space. But so don't expect those regularly, like every single week. But I like doing that kind of stuff more than the Let's Plays and other formats that I've worked on. Obviously, what I'm gonna do, they're gonna be shorter, more focused, and sort of like direct essays. They're maybe 30 minutes max. I'm gonna try to do at least once a week, every 2 weeks. So a bunch of flyer stuff, and I guess it's gonna try to be more like, going back to the game demos, it's gonna be more of like the Holstein review that I did, where it's more focused, shorter, and more structured. I think that's probably like the way to go. Do check out the Holstein demo review video I did for that. Unfortunately, you can't try that version of the demo anymore. I'm not touching the new demo that's out on Steam because it's like the first few episodes or the first few missions, and I just don't want to play that until I play the full game. So that's that. Change number 4. Before that, let's check out the hiding place. Okay, it's more. I mean, yeah, I think this is. What's the best way to go? I think this is it. Okay, so we see another goat standing behind a rock, using its head to point emphatically in the direction they're walking. Yeah, let's just ignore the goat and see what happens. Suddenly, a large wildcat attacks you, bites your arm before it can scare it off. Oh, at least there's a level up. Lower energy cost. Okay, yeah, I think I definitely need this one. Okay, so change number 4. I know I started doing live streams, and on my notes I said I'm not gonna do live streams, at least not really. I'm only doing it for Hopi Road, for the meme of like, spoilers. The universe likes to fuck with me, and whenever I get into stuff, it just makes that thing super popular. So I'm hoping I'm gonna use that sort of like juju to like will Half-Life 3 to existence. That's at least the spirit of that live stream. Whether or not that's gonna be true, I really don't care. I just want to play Half-Life, the whole thing on the channel. But it would be funny if it did, though. If at the end of this, like Half-Life 3 really did come out. So initially I just wanted to do that, but I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm at part 4 of Hopium Road. I like the workflow. I like the fact that you don't need to edit those things as much, and that all you need to do are pretty much just shorts to like get the word out. So I don't know. I think that's going to be the direction moving forward when it comes to like game content. So there's really going to be 2 options. I'm dropping Let's Plays for like the gameplay stuff. That's for sure. So whatever thing, I think the Sayings of Blake Manor is going to decide that, because right now I am going to be killing the Let's Play part of the Sayings of Blake Manor. This next part is going to be sort of like just the next part, at least, that I'm going to be releasing for the Sayings of Blake Manor. That's going to be the last part in like the old Let's Play format, where it's like catching up on a bunch of stuff. So I'm working on that. That's going to be the next upload on the channel. But after that one, I'm going to at least finish the Sayings of Blake Manor as a live stream, right? So Sayings of Blake Manor is going to be a live stream. And then, let's actually get into this. Sayings of Blake Manor is going to be a live stream, and I'm going to finish Hopium Road up to at least episode 2 of Half-Life 2. And whether or not Half-Life 3 comes out, if Half-Life 3 comes out, unfortunately for me, I'm going to have to get like the Steam machine or like new hardware to play Half-Life 3. The leaks are correct, and I'm going to have to continue Hopium Road. So again, the universe fucks with me. But also, if I enjoy live streaming at the end of Hopium Road and after Sayings of Blake Manor, that's going to be a thing on this channel. But the other side of that is going to be video essays, sort of like formatted basically like this one, where I am, well, not like this one. There's 2 parts. So there's going to be like the high effort version that's going to be pretty much like Ready or Not. There's a big one that I'm still sort of like figuring out how to do, that's related to, or that's going to talk about Assassin's Creed, basically why it's good and how it ended up being bad. That's like the biggest one I've been working on. Like I played on my free time, like actual gaming, nothing but Assassin's Creed since January this year. So anything that I didn't play on the channel is pretty much Assassin's Creed all the way up to Origins about a month ago. So yeah, that's like the biggest one, because I really want to get back into the games and try to get my notes right. I still don't know if it's going to be like one big video or like a series of small videos, but there are going to be some video essays, much like Ready or Not. So that's going to be one part of the video essay. The other half are pretty much going to be these ones where they're just bullet notes. I'm still figuring out like how it's going to be like. I know that sucks right now. Please bear with me. But yeah, it's going to be these smaller, topical commentaries, shorter videos, and shorter essays. But I promise, this is my main promise, I'm not going to be like another SlopTuber channel or like YouTube drama channel that's just trying to, talk about stuff that, for the views, for the upload, for like the weekly upload. I'm choosing this format because it's like sort of like the easiest one to do. But also I don't want to talk about things I don't want to talk about or care about. And you guys will know. So trying to figuring out like how much of that is a thing, but from what I've known or from what I've learned since starting this channel, it's just best to just try stuff, see if it works. If it works, great. If it doesn't, drop it. So maybe these types of formats will be a thing, maybe it's not. But for now, let's actually just, there's a deer stand over here, 2 skeletal trees ahead of you. Yeah, just continue the journey. Yeah, nothing here, unfortunately. Where the hell do you think? I mean, there's a cave over there. It's gonna be night, and yeah, I think no, it's gonna be too long. As he attempted to jump over a pile of debris. Okay, I got trapped, unfortunately. Okay, at least that thing just gave me a bunch of energy that I'm gonna burn through. Anyways. Okay, there's at least a cave over here. Can't get to this shrine thing over here, but there's a cave over here. So yeah, just a quick recap. Here's sort of like a visual of what I'm gonna be doing from now on. From like dropping the Let's Plays and turning into live streams, a bit of game demo reviews, and mostly video essays and commentaries. Yeah, unfortunately it's too dangerous, but we can't just lie down and sleep at the entrance to the cave. So yeah, I'm gonna sleep long for like that extra 54 energy and plus 10 body temperature, and then like wake up, have some tea and some herbs. Yeah, I think we'll be topped up for that. So you might be wondering like, why make all of these changes in the first place? Well, number one, I really enjoy doing these videos, but they take up a lot of my time, and specifically on editing. Dropping the Let's Plays is the biggest impact because it frees me from like a lot of time, number one. Number two, I think these commentary videos and live streams are going to be easier to edit on like the back end. Commentaries is pretty much just, yeah, there's lots of a narrative that I can get into this in like another video, but there's, because this is a commentary first, I can go off of, you know, what I'm saying here right now first before like, you know, editing around like the gameplay, which, you know, is going to save up a lot of. But also I don't need, you know, to do as long, you know, recording sessions as much as as often as I need to. Number 2, and I'm going to talk about it while we get into this other part, this shrine. I also want to do other projects, you know, some here in YouTube and some outside of it, and that, you know, not doing the editing, I think that frees me from a bunch of time that I could use on those other projects. And it's really just, it boils down to simplifying the workflow that I have right now. You know, not to sound all corporate or, you know, anything like that, but it simplifies things, and it's also, I have a clearer vision of what I want this channel to be. So yeah, which is really to be an outlet where I get to talk about games and what's happening in gaming and the gaming industry, and you know, and talk about other cool weird shit that I happen to want to talk about. And also, like, if, you know, the live streaming thing picks up, maybe this is a channel where I could just live the dream of like play video games and be able to pay the bills with that. So that's gonna be cool. So yeah, before I go, okay, you approach the skeletal tree, you discover countless red ribbons, gold letterings. Okay, so it's basically a prayer station thing. You make a wish for, obviously, energy. Health is good, but energy is where we're at, and we have no energy when it comes to canned goods, or like no way to salvage stuff. So yeah, that's gonna be it. I have no idea what this is gonna look like in the when it comes to editing. Dead deer. You stumble over the corpse of a deer with no signs of decay. Animal died recently. You cut open the stomach to try to get the herbs. I mean, if you have something to be able to cut deer with, and it's no signs of decay, and it's on God's refrigerator up in the mountain, why not eat the deer? Yeah, I am losing 4.5 sanity on this one. Pungent smell fills your nose, reach the incision. Pull. The large intestines lie in a tangled heap at your feet. The nausea threatens. Yeah, I'm just gonna continue on my journey, and I am gonna continue on my journey in life too. I'm gonna leave you guys off for now. Gonna get back to playing Insurmountable, at least until I die. I'm pretty sure I'm not gonna. I mean, hopefully I reach the summit over there. That would be. But and I still have like a long way of health to go. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. Like and subscribe and do the usual things to help the channel grow, because they do help. And I'm excited with 2026 and what that year is going to bring. So yeah, once again, flashing on the screen like what the videos are going to be from now on this channel, what you can expect. And so I shall see you then. I hope to see you then. I'm Inigo, signing off for now. Bye! Okay, update. Post-credits update. Yeah, I think I might actually make it. Fuck it, let's go. I ran through my tent. There's barely anything over here. I think you have enough O2, and temperature's just not dropping, but like energy is. So yeah, get through this one. Spiders, hell no. You know what? Let's reach into the hole. Flashlight. Not sure how useful that's gonna be. You know what? We're gonna sleep over here, and then I think that's gonna be enough to climb everything over there. You open and find some provisions, get the teacher what's worth it, and it's more oxygen tanks. Fucking oxygen tanks. Why the you know what? I'm gonna use one, okay? The most useless thing. Okay, lie down and sleep. Sleep long, because we are gonna reach the top. And I think we're gonna make it. It's like last time I did this for like 45 minutes. I died both cases. Pray to the shrine for energy. Because yay! Alright, that's gonna be it for real this time. Bye.